is that?
Hello, because it's spelt weird. You'll find out. Hello, welcome. It's Mainly Murder with Meg and Mum. My microphone is slowly drooping down like a...
Yeah, I don't... Because the microphone's all right, isn't it? It's
The
just
microphones are good.
stand.
It's just a stand that's a little bit...
How did the microphones go that were on us the other day?
I haven't really listened to it.
Oh.
I
I was going
haven't.
to say, was there static? Was there...
Hey, maybe we could just put them... Well, yeah. Anyway. Welcome to Mainly Murder with Meg and Mum. I am Meg.
And I'm drinking.
Mum's drinking her Pepsi Max and she's also sick again. We've come full circle from
shut
the
up.
start of the podcast.
It's not too bad. It's not like last time. I didn't have a voice.
It's 12:53. Good afternoon.
I'm going to punch her in the
Oh,
throat.
come on. I've had a traumatic morning since arriving here.
What? I was like, why? No.
Why? Well, because you showed me your fucking new doona and my grandson picked up here, Nan Nan. Look, Nan Nan. I was like, Nan Nan doesn't want to look at that. Thanks, darling.
Oh, no. Have kids, they said. It'd be fun, they said.
Yeah. Entertaining, they said. They were right, they said.
Terrible Twos is really, really living up to its name.
Yeah, he has
He's
clicked
so
up a notch,
fucking
hasn't he?
feral. He's going in the bin.
No, he's not. No way, Jose.
He is. Not even recycling. Someone else can deal with him. He's just straight to the tip. Red bin all the way.
That's rude.
Anyway, so today we are starting in 1984.
Okay.
So on the 28th of May, 1984, it was Memorial Day. 11-year-old Stephanie and her sister Karen Worden had stayed up until around 11:30 p.m. that night. When Stephanie headed off to bed, she remembered saying goodnight to her mother, 38-year-old Georgianna, who was in her own bedroom reading a book. Her mother's bedroom door had usually remained open every night. The next morning...
I can't sleep with the closed door.
I can only sleep with a closed door.
Yeah, but you don't have cats. They scratch the fucking door to
Yeah,
pieces.
true.
As soon as it's shut, it's like, no, open it. I want to come in there. And they scratch the frickin' wood apart.
God, well, yeah, no. Her door was usually open. Mine, always closed.
Okay, can we open the door a little bit here?
Yeah, it's a
'Cause
bit warm, isn't
fucking
it?
like a sauna in here. I know it says sweat of cold, starve of hunger, feed of cold, or whatever it is, but...
So the next morning, Stephanie was woken up by their telephone ringing to find out it was her school friend calling. That morning it was raining. And when it was raining, usually Georgianna would drive her girls and Jennifer, the school friend, to school. And then Jennifer's mum would drive them home. So,
Good deal.
yeah. Jennifer had called to confirm that this was happening today. Stephanie told Jennifer she would check with her mum and then call her back. Stephanie went and knocked on her mum's bedroom door, which was closed.
Oh, is this about mum? For some reason I thought it was going to be about the girls.
No, that's about mum.
Oh,
She
there you
assumed...
go. When you were going on about two girls at the start, I thought, oh, God, a kid's gone missing.
No, the mum, so she went to bed with the door open, and now when Stephanie's gone to knock on her door, it was closed.
Oh.
She assumed her mum must just still be must be sleeping in, so she went to the kitchen to make lunch for her make herself lunch for
Put your
school.
teeth in. Jesus Christ.
She was in the kitchen when she noticed there was dirt on the floor and the window in the kitchen was broken.
Uh-oh.
She decided to try wake her mum up again. She found that her mum's bedroom door was not only closed, but it was also locked.
Oh.
Luckily, Georgianna had taught her daughter how to...
Is that really her name?
Georgianna. Georgianna.
Oh.
Georgianna.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
I thought you were just fucking it up like most words you say.
Look, I'm getting better. No, her name is Georgianna.
Georgianna. Okay.
So Georgianna had taught her daughters how to unlock her bedroom door with a Q-tip. So her daughter could unlock...
A Q-tip as in a cotton bud?
That's what the source said, Q-tip.
Q-tip? You wouldn't think that'd be strong enough to...
'Twas the 80s.
Yeah, but you still wouldn't think... They weren't made of metal, mate. They're still a fucking cotton bud. Because like most... Oh, see, yours don't have them, but ours have got the little notch so you can put a coin in and go...
Ah.
That's what they're for. Ours got the little notches
We
on
don't have
the
any...
outside.
We've got a deadbolt on our bedroom door,
Oh, okay.
which
That's
is weird.
Scary.
Yeah. Not 100% sure where the key's gone either.
Hey?
Not 100% sure where the key's
Oh,
gone
God,
either.
okay. Well, if we can't find you, we'll know you've been locked in the bedroom.
When Stephanie opened the bedroom door, she saw her mother with a pillow over her head and there was blood on the floor.
Oh, shit.
She ran to the phone to call Jennifer. She told Jennifer that she was scared her mother was hurt and could she have her father come over to the house. So I'm assuming...
How old's this kid?
This kid's 11.
Wow, smart kid.
Yeah. I'm assuming Jennifer might live
Close
by,
obviously,
with
yeah.
the school pickup arrangement.
Yeah.
So Jennifer's father, John, who happened to be a fire lieutenant for the city of Boca Raton, went straight over to the Worden house. Boca Raton.
Okay.
Boca Raton.
Yep.
John went to the bedroom and found the same scene that Stephanie had described. He got Stephanie and Cara into his car and called 911. Jennifer's mother took the girls to a neighbour's house, which John waited while John waited at the Worden house for the police. The medic arrived on scene. She went into the bedroom and couldn't find a pulse on Georgianna. Police officer Jeff Alberich then entered the room carefully. He carefully lifted the pillow that was over Georgianna's head and saw that she'd been traumatically beaten. Also in the master bedroom, Officer Jeff found a book near her right shoulder, a sneaker shoe print made with a mixture of blood and dirt on the bedsheets, blood and tissue matter, a pile of clothing with blood under them, a kitchen knife, a nightgown on the side of her underwear on her right leg down near her knee.
God almighty. So she was raped too, was she? Raped and beaten?
Well, like if that's the first thing, undies are down near your knee.
That's why I said it.
An old hammer that looked like it had been wiped. A purse and...
But left blood everywhere else.
Yes,
But thought
hammer
about
was
cleaning his hammer.
And also a purse and jewellery was sitting on top of her dresser.
Okay, so it wasn't a burglary.
They had also found the door that led out to a porch area was partially opened. The killer had gained entry into the house by the window just above the kitchen sink. Officers found the screen from the window was sitting on the ground outside. The top pane of the window was shattered and the bottom pane was pushed all the way up.
So you wonder why they came in the kitchen. Why
But then
didn't they
left
just
through
break through the bedroom window if they were just after Mum?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, keep going. We might find the answer and many more.
They found shoe prints on the exterior on a concrete slab immediately in front of the screen door, along the patio, in front of and beneath the kitchen window on the outside, below the kitchen window on the inside, and inside the house on the carpeting. All of the shoe impressions
Could be one of the blokes from our work because they never clean their fucking shoes. Have a look at all the bloody boot marks on the carpets of work. Could be any of those pricks.
The most prevalent ones were made by one person.
Starts with a, ends with a hycle.
Yeah, starts with a blank, ends in a blankle. All of the shoe impressions were similar in pattern with the ones found on Georgiana's bedsheet. When the area around the Warden's home was searched, they found a vacant lot across the street that had a pair of grey nylon jogging shorts, a pair of tube socks, and a pink washcloth that had a pattern that matched other towels and washcloths in Georgiana's home.
Okay.
Medical examiner Dr. James A. Benz performed her autopsy and listed Georgiana's cause of death was cranial cerebral
Said what?
cerebral injury,
That's it.
which consisted of fractures of the skull and injuries to the brain. She had injuries to 3 main areas of her body. The head area exhibited the most extensive injury, the neck area, and her vagina.
Oh.
Dr. Benz... Don't be surprised. None of these stories are great.
No, I know, but it's like you've broken in there. You possibly raped her. Okay, you fucking can't get a root, obviously, slime. But why? Like you've obviously killed her from the head, beaten up the head. Why did they have to damage down there? What did that achieve?
Something in
Hated
their
women?
brain. Well, yeah. Well, we'll hopefully find out.
Okay.
Can't quite remember what happens in this
Oh,
story. I
God.
researched this one a couple of weeks ago because I've been fucking balls deep in another one.
Balls deep?
Yep.
That says a lot about Megan.
Thank you. Dr. Benz testified that the hammer was probably used with varied degrees of force. He had found 5 distinct blows that caused separate and distinct lacerations and fractures to her head.
God.
He also said that the blows would have caused Georgiana to become unconscious, but she did not die immediately.
Oh.
There was a period of time that she went into heart failure and she had accumulated liquid in her lungs. Dr. Benz could not say precisely how long she survived.
God, you'd hope not long for her sake.
Yeah, in situations where they do shit to them after they're dead, or they think they're dead,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh my God, I hope it's a quick death and they felt nothing afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
He went on to explain that the hyoid bone in her neck was completely broken on the right side and the left side had an incomplete fracture. This was indicative of a compressive force to the neck area. So he also strangled her.
Yeah.
He explained that there was little hemorrhage with these injuries. So either Georgianna was in the phase of dying. So Georgianna may have been in the phase of dying, so there was less blood pressure. This was a big part of the trial of when she died, as that would change things.
Oh, okay.
So there's a quote from the trial documents.
Pin that?
No, I'm about to tell
No,
you.
don't pin it. She's
I
telling
think.
us now.
So this is from their trial documents. And it says, A, the motion for judgment of acquittal as to sexual battery was properly denied. Appellant alleges his motion for judgment of acquittal as to count 2 of the indictment should have been granted on the basis that if Mrs. Worden was dead at the time of the sexual battery, no sexual battery could have been committed against a person, but rather a corpse. So it would change the charge that he got.
Oh, my God. Okay. Well, which goes back to when we just said you'd be hoping she was dead if he was fucking getting his jollies off the cunt. Oh, I better not say that. Take that word out. Yeah.
If you have listened to the Sylvia Likens episode on Patreon, we know Mum's not afraid of the word cunt.
No. But yeah, obviously you'd hope she was dead.
Yeah.
But it's sad that it takes away from the charge against him.
Yeah, so it either
because
charges
he's just a sick prick rooting a dead body.
What?
Sick prick dead body.
No, it just says all that the killer used their hands but had some padding in between, such as a glove or a sock on the hand. I think that's why when the right side was fully fractured and the left side was a little bit, I think they then thought that he had like a glove or a sock, so it wasn't like
it's
as
probably his
forceful.
wanking sock. Takes it with him everywhere.
Well, there was tube socks found right near the house.
Wanking socks.
The autopsy revealed penetration of the vagina and a swab test found semen. They also found 2 large lacerations, which were consistent with penetration with a blunt object, such as the hammer handle.
Ah, you fucking sick prick.
On the 22nd of May and the 28th, 2 neighbours had reported attempted burglaries of their home. Both very quickly picked Duane Eugene Owens out of a lineup of pictures. Because of this, there was now a warrant for his arrest. Investigator Kathleen Petracco, who had been working on the murder of Georgianna, was driving along Country Club Boulevard at 12:30 p.m. on the 30th of May when she spotted a man matching Duane's photograph. So his name is spelled D-U-A-N-E.
Yeah.
Duane.
Yeah.
Duane. She stopped the man and asked him to identify himself. He identified himself as
a cat. I'm a cat. I'm going to get neutered. I shouldn't be driving. My bad.
Well, he was walking.
I know. It was a joke. The one in the YouTube thing where the guy's in the car.
Identified himself as Dana L. Brown and produced an army identification with that name.
Oh, okay.
Although he did produce ID, Officer Petracco was not convinced and was sure that this man was Duane Owen. She radioed in that she had someone who matched Owen's description and he was placed under arrest.
Oh.
During the time that he was arrested for the burglaries, tests from the murder scene were starting to come back. The book found next to Georgianna's body was tested for fingerprints and found a match, and it matched to Duane.
Oh.
Duane also could not be eliminated as the contributor of the semen.
Well, you would think if his fingerprints were on the book, unless there was a couple of them.
In her house.
In her house, yeah.
But it's like it lined up perfectly that the days after he committed burglaries, and now this cop's like, oh, we've got you for burglaries. Let's take all your fingerprints. And they're like, holy shit, all his DNA's coming back as all this stuff's coming in. During his initial interview with police, he was asked if he owned a pair of athletic sneakers. The man said that he did, but they were at his house. The sneakers were described as athletic sneakers with little knobs on the bottom. Not
little knob inside it as well. So.
Yeah. Mitchell stated that Duane... Oh, Mitchell.
Who's Mitchell?
Mitchell's his brother, I'm pretty sure.
You just made up shit right then, didn't you?
No, his brother, yep.
Okay.
So Mitchell stated that Duane owned a pair of athletic sneakers with a thick sole, which had knobby knobs with holes in the centre of the knobs. That was his brother's description of his shoes.
Wow.
He testified that during the month of May, Duane had 2 different pairs of sneakers, the knobby ones,
Rich.
He had, yeah, I know, fucking 2 pairs of sneakers.
Ooh.
Go to the op shop, they're pretty cheap. The knobby ones he had for just a couple of weeks, and just after the murder of Georgianna, Mitchell had not seen his brother wearing these sneakers again.
Oh, God.
Mitchell.
Oh, God. Come on, woman. Can you please hold for a minute?
I thought you got a fart then because she leaned.
When I got me, what are they called? Snowdrops. That's what they call them. They're not snowdrops. They're
snowballs.
the
Coles version of snowballs.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
I'll just have a 2-second snowball.
Little
break.
brown titties. Oh, that crunch. Wait, I wonder if I can get that. So,
Okay. So where were we?
Mitchell.
Mitchell. It started with him.
Mitchell also said that on the 28th of May 1984, his brother had been wearing silky grey jogging shorts and high tube socks.
Oh dear, I stitched him right up.
Mm.
You don't like him?
He's like, fuck this guy. Once his fingerprints and ID had come back as being Duane Owen, not the other ID he gave them, the officers let him know that he had been identified through photographic lineup for a number of burglaries. He then asked the officers, "What am I really here for? No, not petty burglaries." The officer explained that they believe he may have murdered a woman in Boca Raton last night. He said, "Well, finally I know the real reason."
Oh, well, finally you got your job right, is it?
Yeah.
That was his attitude? About time you got the charge right?
Yeah, but I knew this was coming.
Yeah. Damn, it took you long enough. One day.
Yeah, it was like a week, but
Well, you said last night.
well, it was the 20. Actually, sorry, he did the burglaries before he murdered her.
Yeah.
Anyway, glad one of us is paying attention.
Yeah. First time for everything.
During his first round of interviews, he posed a lot of hypothetical questions to police about hypothetical crimes and what kind of deals or sentences these crimes would get him.
It depends how many you've done, mate. How many?
Hypothetically, if I killed a lady and I plead guilty, what would I get? Like, he was doing shit like that.
Yeah.
After several weeks of interviewing Duane,
Oh, my God.
he started to confess because they could just hold him because he's been charged with burglaries.
Yeah.
He's in prison. During his confession, Duane said,
Johnson? No.
Duane said, "Can you smell what I'm cooking?" Duane said that he snuck into the house, armed himself with a knife and a hammer from the kitchen. He then went up to Georgianna's bedroom.
Sorry, I'm just wondering why someone's got a hammer in the kitchen, but anyway.
We got a hammer in our kitchen, like in the junk drawer.
Do you?
Yeah,
A hammer?
my pink one.
Well, probably because you don't have a garage that's normal like normal people do.
We have a garage. That's where all Jay's stuff is. But I have a tape measure and a hammer because, like, occasionally
Okay.
You just need-
a hammer in the morning, hammer
you need
in the
to
evening,
have quick
hammer
access.
in the afternoon, whatever.
You know.
Summertime, yep.
He then went up to Georgianna's bedroom, shut her bedroom door, and placed a chair in front of the door. He looked through her purse but found no money inside. He then said, quote, "I just figured I'd just go up there and rape her. I figured once she gets up, I was just going to tap her on the shoulder and say there's other guys in the other room that's got your daughter. That way she wouldn't scream. Instead, I figured, well, hell, maybe I'll just hit her once and that way she'll get knocked out. So I did, but then I just heard her scream."
Oh my God.
Who the fuck, like...
I liked his first plan better of just pretending that someone had the kids in the
Yeah,
other room and do your business and fuck off.
But yeah, I just figured I'd just go up there and rape her.
Yeah.
Rape should not be a fucking activity that's in someone's head.
It's like, yeah, I'll go and play soccer. Nope. I'll go and upstairs,
Rape.
break into someone's house and rape him.
She was then starting to get up and dove at him, so he pushed her off him.
What's a fucking dove at him means?
Dove at him.
Oh, I thought you said dove at him. I'm like, what's dove at him?
It's like an RKO kind of, but it's more of a spear.
Oh my God. Okay. So dove at him. Yep.
She apparently dove at
him. Got it.
So he pushed her off him and then she fell down. He hit her more than once to put her out. Then he
She was in a fire. And I hit her again. And yep, put her out.
put her out.
No more smoke.
Then he put her back on the bed and put a pillow over her head, cleaned up a little bit, raped her, and then had a shower.
Oh, you shitting me.
He wrapped up his shorts and socks, which he said were drenched with blood, went back outside to his bike, which
Bike, I'm guessing fucking push bike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
twat.
bicycle,
Yeah.
which he had a pair of clean clothes at his bike and he got changed.
You
So you weren't
kidding.
planning to just go in there and fucking rape her. You brought a
Yeah.
change of clothes.
Exactly. This is all very premeditated.
He said that he threw the sneakers away because he knew he left impressions on the bed sheets.
Well, you should have been standing on the bed anyway.
You shouldn't have been in her fucking bedroom.
Shouldn't have been in her house. Shouldn't have been anywhere near her, you cretin.
So
Did he know her?
let me tell you about Duane.
Okay, I was going to say, do we find out why
This-
she was the victim of
I'm
choice?
not just going to leave it at that and be like,
Well, you
"Ta-da,
would.
Thanks for
Yeah.
listening. Follow us on Instagram.
At Mainly Murder.
Mainly _murder.
Mainly_murder.
So Duane Eugene Owen was born on the 13th of February 1961 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Duane grew up in the Midwest, raised by an abusive father, and both parents were alcoholics.
Oh, see, one of the 9 signals that silly bitch told us the other
Formula, yep.
week. Yeah.
A childhood friend of his described his home as one marked by alcohol abuse and said, quote, "It was the only house I knew to have beer delivered by a beer truck." That's fucked.
But was that normal though back then? 'Cause-
Probably not. It really stuck out.
Well,
It was the
because-
only house.
Only house that this dude knew of, but obviously it was a service because they used to deliver soft drink. You used to get the
Oh.
Loys or Hoys or whatever they called. Soft drinks used to come around in the truck and they used to deliver it by the crate. You could put
Oh.
your order in.
Like milk.
So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It might have been at that time that you could get beer delivered.
Like Uber.
No,
Oh.
it was like a run, like the ice cream shit, the soft drinks.
Oh,
That
my
the soft
scream.
drinks used to be in the factory we're in now.
What?
The factory we work at now
Yeah.
used to be a soft drink factory,
Oh.
and they used to do deliveries.
Oh, there
Ask
you
Pa
go.
about it; he'll remember.
Sure.
He will remember because it's old stuff.
Yes. There was physical and sexual abuse in his home. He had witnessed his mother being raped on a regular basis. He also had a half-brother who was locked in the basement by his father.
Oh,
When he was 11, his mother died from cancer, and 2 years later, his father committed suicide by taking his own life in the family garage.
well, that's generally what suicide means.
Yeah, I was just telling you, like, he died in the garage.
He committed suicide by taking his own life.
Anyway,
Same difference.
Palm Beach County's elected public defender said, quote,
And I quote.
"They found him in the car in which he killed himself in the garage, but out of the fear of being taken and separated from each other, they left him there for several days."
Fair
So the
enough.
kids found him and they're like,
Fuck it.
fuck, if they see the dad's dead, mum's already dead, they're going to split us up into foster homes. We're just not going to say anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
By this time, he was already regularly taking drugs and drinking alcohol,
How old was he when Dad died?
like 13.
Oh, okay. Still pretty young.
He was living in a Michigan orphanage until he was 18 years old. This Michigan orphanage had later been closed down because of the rampant sexual and physical abuse that was occurring to the children who were raised in this home.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, just fun times all around for Duane.
Yeah. He really won the lottery when he was born.
Well, yeah. By 1982, he made his way down the country until he reached South Florida, where his brother Mitchell lived. Owen found himself caught in a unending cycle of lawlessness and showed no sign of remorse for his actions. By the time he was in his early 20s, he had already served time in prison for burglary, theft, and assault. And unfortunately, Georgianna Worden was not his only murder victim.
Oh, shit.
So Karen Slattery was a 14-year-old freshman at Pope John Paul II High School in Boca Raton. She was described as having an athletic build. She was a diver on the school swim team, and she did weightlifting. On the 24th of March 1984, Karen went over to the Helms residence at around 6:30 p.m. as she was to babysit their 2 daughters who were 9 and 5. William Helm.
Isn't it funny that people trusted a 14-year-old?
I know.
Like, I used to do babysitting all around the neighbourhood for people that the kids were Rod's age. So they were only 3 or 4 years younger than me. And I used to go and sit there and babysit while their parents went out and got paid to sit in the house. And you think about it now, and it's like they're only 3 or 4 years difference.
Now
It's stupid.
these days we get them all on the community page where it's like, I'm a babysitter. I work in childcare. I have a working with children. I have a police
you've
check.
You've got to
I
have everything now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't leave your kid with someone. But as I said, it was all mainly people associated with the kids' footy club and shit like that.
Yeah, and you
knew the parents and
Yeah.
exactly like her. She's obviously was babysitting someone she knew.
Yeah, I think, and it would have just been like the neighborhood, like, oh yeah, that teenage girl, they on babysit.
She's really good. We've used her a few times.
Yeah. So William Helm and his wife Carolyn went out, probably for a little child-free date night, and they arrived home shortly after midnight. When they arrived home, they noticed that their living room lights and TV were off, but the kitchen lights were on, which was unusual, especially if you got a babysitter. Like,
God
you'd think,
damn if you babysit and you're watching TV the whole time, and when you start to fall asleep, you stand up, you stand as close to the heater as possible, and then you sit down and you get that heat of burn your bum, and you're awake for a while. That's what I used to do. That was my wake up trick. You know, when you sit and you feel it was nice and warm, you sit down and you're like, oh, and it used to wake me up.
okay,
Anyway, try it sometimes.
sure. Do they have wall heaters anymore? Or is it all
I don't know.
ducted?
This was a wall heater. This one I can remember in Gladstone Park. Anyway,
they walked into the house and called out for Karen, but there was no reply. As they walked further into the living room, they noticed a hairbrush, Karen's shoes, and her dental retainer scattered around the floor. That's when William saw a hammer laying next to a pool of blood and a trail of blood leading into their master bedroom.
oh Jesus.
The door to the bedroom was closed, but he could see that there was a light on inside. The doors to his daughter's rooms were also closed when they were usually open. He took his daughters out of the house and Carolyn called the police. So his kids
Before they checked the room?
were,
Like just went, get the kids out, then we'll worry about what's going on in the lounge?
I don't think they went into the bedroom.
No, it doesn't sound like it. It's like, we'll get the kids out and then we'll find out what happened to the babysitter.
Well, yeah. So William and Caroline testified that nothing of value was missing from their home, but Carolyn was missing a pair of deerskin gloves which she kept in the master bedroom wardrobe. Officer Ernest Soto arrived at the Helm residence at 12:15 a.m. He entered the master bedroom and found the body of Karen.
Oh.
Her blouse and bra had been pulled up to her shoulders, and she was naked from the waist down with a towel covering her head. There were muddy shoe impressions on the top of the bed.
Again, with the muddy shoes.
You think he'd learn? Oh, this was first. This
yeah, I
happened
know, but that's
before.
what I'm saying. What's with the fascination of standing on the bed?
He's just not very careful, I guess.
But why does he need? I just can't even picture why. I can understand if you're like were holding someone down, but you'd be knees on the bed, wouldn't you? Like sitting on them. Why would you be standing on the fucking bed?
If you stop fucking talking, I'll tell you.
Okay, thanks.
There were muddy shoe impressions on the top of the bed, which was near a window which was open and had the screen cut across it. So he had to step on the bed to get into the house from the window.
Okay. That just took all my anger away, didn't it?
Jesus Christ. I was looking at the sentence going, shut the fuck up, I'm about to tell you.
Well, I can work out why he keeps standing on
just let
beds
you roll.
unless he's fucking jumping like it's a fucking trampoline.
Ping,
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 ping, because
ping.
he sounds like a little dick.
The medical
God.
examiner, Dr.
Good
Frederick Hobben, performed the autopsy on Karen, which revealed evidence of sexual conduct. Dr. Hobben determined that the cause of death to have been multiple stab and cut injuries, a collapse of lung tissue, as well as internal and external bleeding.
Oh, poor kid.
Karen had been stabbed and cut 18 times to her back, face, and neck, with one cut being so deep it exposed the muscle and cut through her esophagus.
How do you ring someone's parents and go, you know how you let your kids stay at my house and look after my kids? Well, they're fine, but your kid not so fine.
And you'd be resentful of, she went to your house.
Yeah. And like it wasn't like she was there under your protection. She was there to look after. Yeah.
And they'd be like, well, why did she get, obviously he's not.
Yeah,
like she was 14.
What was the connection to him though?
I don't think there was any real connections to these, like the woman
How
and
did
the
he
girl.
get into this house, did it say?
Through the window into the bed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Duane admitted that he had cut through the window screen and into the home. He saw Karen and the two young girls sitting in the living room. He then left the house, went to the pub for a drink, and then came back later.
Oh my God.
He then found a pair of gloves in the master bedroom and the hammer. That's weirder that the hammer's in the bedroom. Oh, no, I don't know if I say it. but the husband had his like toolbox in the wardrobe.
Oh, okay.
He snuck through
Was
the
his
house.
name Tim? Was he a tool man?
His name was William.
William, the tool man Taylor.
Not as good as a ring to it. He snuck through the house and quietly closed the girls' bedroom doors. Karen must have had a feeling that something was wrong, so she went to check on the girls and then went for the house phone. He said, I think she kind of looked, and there's that door, so you can really kind of see with the reflection. She figured maybe someone was in the house, so she went and got the phone. I just looked towards the door and seen the reflection of her getting the phone, so I figured I'd better snatch the phone away before she calls the police.
Shit.
Because the door was bolted lock and I didn't feel like making all that noise, by the time I got out and ran around and got my shit that was stashed over here, ran up there and got my bike, they would have been here hot on my trail. When I came up, she turned around and seen me before I was even right here. She seen me coming, but she still had the phone, and I really can't remember what she said. I said, hang up the phone, and she didn't. Then I grabbed hold of her, trying to get it away, and I think that's when I dropped the hammer. I remember grabbing the phone and replacing it on the receiver. I snatched up, replaced it, and I think that's when I ended up sticking her one. We was face on like this, and when I snatched a hold of her, she kind of went to grab a hold of me. I think that's when I came up from behind. I thought I only stabbed her in the back. That was his description of what happened.
Wow.
He then went on to explain that he dragged Karen to the master bedroom and, quote, I just raped her.
God almighty. And he's only a young teen at this stage, isn't he? Like 18, 19?
I think I've got his age somewhere.
Mm.
He then took a shower and left the house.
Oh, at least he's clean.
He was told police were on the property and they could find his bloody gloves, shorts and socks. During his interview with the police, he also confessed to another attack.
Oh my God.
On the 1st of November 1982, he broke into a room at the Peter Pan Motel on North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. I don't know how to say it. While inside, he struck a woman with such cruel force that her skull fractured, with the fragments dangerously close to her brain. He then called the Boca Raton police to report his heinous crime. So he killed this lady, bludgeoned her in the head, and then called the police so someone was on their way to find her. He also confessed that on the 9th of February... Boca Raton.
Boca Raton.
Not Boca, like Barocca.
Bo, as in B-O-W.
Boca. Okay.
B-O-W.
It'll probably not come up. Boca Raton.
Boca Raton.
Okay. He also confessed that on the 9th of February 1984, he broke into an apartment neighbouring the Boca Raton Regional Hospital. Inside was 18-year-old Marley Manley. Once inside, he had subjected Marley to a horrifying rape and vicious beating that left her face disfigured and nearly ended her life.
Oh, so she lived.
Yep. So he's had
This is 3 now.
4 victims, 3 dead.
Oh, okay.
On the 24th of June 1988, the jury was, by a margin of 2 to 10, recommended the ultimate punishment, the death penalty.
2 to 10. So 2 didn't want him to...
Yep.
Oh, but they possibly just wanted him life in jail.
They might be against the death. Duane Owen was only 23 years old. But 23, and he's killed 3 girls. And nearly
rape
killed...
and bloody bludgeon and
that's all we know about,
and...
that he's confessed to. There's these 4 women.
Oh, I'm thinking if there was more, he probably would have told him.
Well, yeah. The 5 aggravating factors for his sentence were 1, defendant previously convicted of violent felony. 2, the murder was committed during the commission of a burglary and sexual battery. 3, the murder was committed to avoid or prevent arrest for the burglary. 4, the burglary was especially heinous, atrocious and cruel. And 5, the murder was committed in a cold, calculated and premeditated manner.
Damn straight, he had his clothes in his little basket and his little girly bike with his little bell. Bing, bing, bing.
Ding, ding. And tassels. Were all supported by the evidence and therefore valid factors. it was within the court's discretion to reject the evidence as to applicants' personality disorders to establish a mitigating factor. In view of the findings that 5 aggressive factors were valid and that no mitigating factors existed, the sentence of death is appropriate. His last meal was a bacon cheeseburger without a bun, onion rings, strawberries, a vanilla milkshake, and a coffee.
Oh, okay.
On the 15th of June, 2023, Duane Owens was pronounced dead at 6:14 p.m. after a lethal injection at Florida State Prison.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I didn't think death row was a thing anymore.
Yeah, well, obviously it is.
Florida, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, fair enough. They're still sick of them in Florida.
Yeah.
Do the crime, do the goodbye.
Do the goodbye. Do the crime, do the die.
Yeah.
In the aftermath of her death, the Karen Slattery Education Research Center for Child Development at Florida Atlantic University was established. However, unfortunately, it was permanently closed during the pandemic.
Oh.
And that is Duane Eugene Owen. He's even got a fucking shit name. Eugene. Who names their kid Eugene?
Well, normally little nerds.
They're just lining him up to be bullied.
Eugenes out there, but
Duane. See, Duane, I like the name Duane because of The Rock. But
it is amazing though, isn't it? That like 2023 and they're still.
I think he was
like. At least this one was without a shadow of a doubt. It's not like it's, oh, what if we end up death rowing him and there's evidence found later. No, they had all the evidence.
All came back. He
admitted
to them.
He did more than one.
Yeah.
So goodbye. Goodbye,
Duane. Not Earl. Goodbye, Duane.
Oh my God.
Because Earl had to die.
I knew she was going to start singing.
Goodbye, Duane.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway, you can follow us on Instagram at mainly_murder, or you can email us at mainlymurderpodcast@gmail.com. And you can join our Patreon for extra episodes, and you can listen to Mum call Gertrude Benachevsky a cunt multiple times. You can...
Oh, that was a horrible story.
Oh, she's so fucked. She's a disgusting lady. I'm glad she's dead.
Oh.
Well...
Okay, harsh review, but, you know.
Tell me you disagree.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
She's dead.
A cunt. We're glad she's dead.
Goodbye. Gertie, buy us a coffee. Send us a carrier pigeon. Whatever floats.
Send you a carrier pigeon?
Yeah. Just not with a message. I just would like a pet pigeon.
Obviously, that's what it sounded like. Send me a carrier pigeon. Sure.
Why was I making bird noise at work the other day?
I don't know, because you're a fucking idiot.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Cunt.
You're a potty mouth. Your grandmother's going to listen to this one day. I said your grandmother's going to listen to this one day. She'll be disgusted in you.
She. Let me come back here. Next time you see Nan, you ask her what a podcast is. Ask her if she knows what a podcast is and how to access to them.
I told you I had to listen to Neil explain it to John, which was enough. That was to a 60-year-old man. I'm not going to an 80-year-old and asking them what a podcast is.
You ask
Holy
her
crap.
if she knows how to access a podcast.
Oh, she can't even fucking text. Come on.
If she knew how to access a podcast, I'd stop saying
then we're in trouble.
So, yeah, then we're fucked. We're out of the wheel. All right, goodbye.
You are anyway. Bye.